Well, hello and welcome, fellow flight simmers. I wanted to make this quick tutorial slash video about probably improving your image quality in FS 2020. Many people are already aware of how you do that. Other than that, I mean, if you don't know, feel free to enjoy. First thing you want to do is go to this location. I mean, your username is obviously different, but the rest should be about the same. And in that folder we find ourselves the UserCFG.opt. We open that up with the editor, and first thing you want to change is probably the shadow size. I doubled that from what it was before. It gets rid of bad looking shadows, especially in cockpit views, and makes them much more crisp. It will cost you a bit FPS, but depending on your GPU, it's totally worth it in my opinion. After that, we want to scroll down to get to the post-process settings. Very important. By default, they're all turned on, which is 1 and 0 is off. I don't know why some of them are in. I still can't wrap my head around why developers put something like that in video games. I mean, it looks good on standing pictures sometimes in certain situations, and in Photoshop, I don't know, holiday pictures, but in a video game, something like Fringe, for example, it makes all the edges blurry and green and red. I mean, why would you want to have that? Film grain vignette makes the edges darker. I mean, why? Anyway, if you turn it off, I think it will improve your image already a bit in that sense. But obviously feel free to let it on 1 if you think it looks better. It's just my opinion. Anyway, when you're done with that, just close. It will ask you to save if you changed something. I already did, so it won't ask me. And after saving and closed, then you can start your game. I already have in the background at night settings currently. And now we want to hit Alt F3 for Nvidia cards, and it brings up the game filters. If you have an AMD card, you obviously use AMD Freestyle or something like that. I have never had an AMD card, so I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of similar. And you're already good to go. Now you can change your visuals, basically, colors and everything, sharpness, whatever, shadows in real time by just adding filters. I already prepared some of that beforehand. Not very good or detailed, just to prove the point. As you can see, it's changed quite drastically. Obviously, you can play around with all the sliders. Keep in mind that everyone sees the world a bit different, and also colors and whatever. So just don't use any settings. That's why I also never use reshade presets, because they might look on someone else's monitor but not on mine. And here you can change it for yourself. I basically always use brightness, contrast, details. You just add the filters here, details and color, and then you just feel free to play around with the sliders to make it look best for your personal preference. That's basically it. I think I used this, for example, as night setting, and I think I used this as daytime. It's not a big difference compared to off, but it's there. Makes it a bit more vibrant, a bit more crisp. We can, yes, obviously I have 2 filters, because some filters, this setting will not look good in daylight. It will be much too bright and overexposed and whatever. So I have obviously 2 settings when I'm flying in night settings and in dark settings. You can also make a third one for like in between. Feel free to do whatever you like, obviously. And after that, you're just good to go. You just close it. You don't have to save anything. When you press Alt F3 again, it will keep the settings to change last, and you're good to go. I mean, you can obviously play around. As you can see in the menus, it doesn't look too good, but in game it looks good, and that's about the point. You can also, as you can see now, it's way too bright in daytime, so just use a different filter. It's kind of dusk or dawn now, I'm not sure. and that's default. That's night 1, I think. That's night 2, which obviously doesn't look too good now. And the other one, but you know, feel free to play around. I mean, there are some other things which are quite funny to have fun with in terms of filters, like watercolor, which make everything look like a water painting. Anyway, that's just playing around. I think you get the point. Well, that's about it. I mean, if you have any questions, feel free letting me know. Other than that, have fun and enjoy flying. Bye bye.